I think 27, I think is what it was for after you. What was working for you? How good does it feel to you?
Everything.
I mean, my shots are just falling today. The other day in practice, we kind of went over our overall stats for the year, and Coach Lord kind of got on to me about needing to score and missing my bunnies, and
she rose to the challenge.
I did, so maybe he needs to do that more often to me.
And then you get 1,000. I'm sure you were aware coming into the game. Were you aware coming into
Coach Lord had mentioned it in Puerto Rico, yes.
And so during the game, when you actually got over 1,000, did you know that was the bucket?
I had no idea.
When you heard it over the speaker, was it a relief?
You didn't hear it?
I didn't hear him announce it.
I heard it. I yelled.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't hear him announce it. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna break. You went over 1,000. How good does it feel to be able to do that? And I was just a junior.
It's cool, but as Coach Lord said, thank the people that have been passing me the ball, and I wouldn't be able to score 1,000 if I didn't have my teammates standing right beside me. Those kind of accomplishments are insignificant when you go out and get an overtime win like that. It feels a lot better.
Were you happy you got those 2 more free throws there at the end?
Redeem myself after those 2, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what is a win like this? You guys are coming in undefeated, number 4 ranking in the nation. You guys haven't been tested. You guys come out on top. What does this do moving forward?
That's what we talked about in the locker room. That's just a great test for us. Beating teams by 20. It's great and everything, but it doesn't get you ready for the games that you want to win down the road. And so a game like that really, shows what kind of team you have, shows the potential that you have, and I think builds our confidence even more than blowing a team out. So.
Do you guys see this as kind of a statement win to open up league conference play?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it kind of shows us that we can handle adversity and still come out on top and really pull it together.
Okay, was there anything in the second half that you saw that was giving you guys trouble from UNK?
The only thing that I think we really struggled with was defensively, we weren't all there like we usually are. Usually our shots might not fall, but our defense is very sound, and that's something that I think we kind of battled with, how to play the screens the whole game. So it's just something we'll work on every day in practice. We'll get better. Communication is huge, and in a loud gym, you don't practice in a loud gym every day. So you get out there in front of all those fans, and the noise level's a little higher, and so that's just something that came into play, I think, a little bit tonight.
Do you feel that you guys played better, especially down the stretch defensively?
Absolutely. Our focus got better. Definitely going into overtime, I think we kind of just took a breath, went out there and did the things we do every single day. Sure. Sometimes you just get a little reliant, and a good team comes out like that and shows your weaknesses a little bit, which is good for us. It gives us something to work on and something to move forward on.
When you get into overtime like that, the crowd's loud, and everybody. Is it hard to kind of keep your focus and stay in the moment when it's really kind of a pressure situation, the crowd's so into it there?
I think that kind of helps me focus a little bit more, especially when you're at home. It's a little bit harder when you're on the road, but when your crowd is cheering behind you, you don't want to let them down. So I think you kind of focus in even more in that time and place, and I think that's exactly what we did. I mean, it got really loud, but I think our communication got even better at the end.
The old every night in the MIAA. Might as well start off with a bang, right? What a great game by both teams. I was really impressed with Kearney. We got up 15. They could have folded their 10 on the road, and to their credit, they really, really did a heck of a job on us today, especially on the defensive end. I thought they really frustrated us in our offense, and so give Coach Carey and her bunch a lot of credit. We just had the ball bounce our way once or twice there at the end. That was anybody's game, and we needed some adversity, though. We've had 7 blowouts, and we needed a game that was close and see how we responded, and thank goodness we responded correctly.
What does a win like this do opening up conference play moving forward?
Well, it's real important because we're on the East now. We play all the Missouri schools twice, so to only see Kearney and Hayes one time, we got to take care of business, and it was a very important win for us.
Talk about Page's game. Obviously, sets a career high in points. How important was that for you guys?
Oh, Lunwich was outstanding. That's the best game I've ever seen her play. I mean, look at her line: 9 for 10 from the floor, 2 for 2 from 3. She did miss 1 free throw, 7 for 8, 27 points in 42 minutes. What a great senior leadership performance that was. But really, we didn't play our bench very much tonight, but I can't say enough about the effort of Madison Northcutt and her rebounds, her tenacity, 4 big free throws down the stretch. And then Elena Fly with her first career double-double, career high in points. And then, of course, we already talked about Michaela, but Hayden Herlocker probably had one of her, I wouldn't say it was one of her best games of her career, but she hit the one big shot that we needed down 4 in the fourth quarter, and that was huge to get us back in it.
And this seemed like a game where it was a number of players coming up with a number of different plays to help you guys get into overtime and then end up preserving the win. What does that say, I guess, about this team being able to turn to so many different faces with the game on the line?
Well, we've had a lot of players that, not a lot of players, but we have 6 or 7 players that have been through a lot of NCAA tournament games, and they've always kind of been the, Max kind of been our shooter and go-to gal, but, we had Kylie and Kathy for all that leadership last year. But these guys were all part of all that too, and I'm just proud of Paige for stepping up and making big plays for us, taking the team on her back in that first half when we were struggling to score.
Kind of talk about that never giving up attitude. Even in the fourth quarter, I think you guys were trailing, came back, they tied it up, and you guys went to overtime, and they hit that three-pointer right away. Any team could have just, kind of sit down to that, but you guys, you went through with it, you fought, and then you came back in the lead. What's that like to just see a bunch of fighters like that?
Well, that's the kind of kids we have. You go up and down our lineup, we've got hard-working kids that, they want to represent Pitt State and our community, and they're going to give it everything they got every night. We didn't have our best game tonight. A lot of that had to do with Kearney. I don't know if it was dead legs from the trip, but we looked a little tired out there today. But we're going to give Kearney all that credit for sure. But our kids just, they found a way, and that's all you can ask.